Hey friends, hope you're having a great evening tonight. My name is Nilay Patel. I am the owner, designer, and educator here at SilverSilk and more, bringing you guys another fantastic tutorial. Tonight we're going to be making stack bracelets with the new and improved hollow mesh. This product has been with SilverSilk since forever, and I think somewhere along the way the product kind of evolved and changed a little bit, and I didn't quite understand along the way when SilverSilk reached my journey what exactly I was going to do with it. But after acquiring production, I decided that I wanted a bigger mesh so that I could actually stuff it with all kinds of things. And I was inspired by it. I definitely bulked out the different colors that are available. Right now I've got 5 that are on the website, www.silversilkonline.com. And I planned on making more, but I wanted to go and get the word out. So I have some beads that I'm gonna fill it with, and then I have some leather that I'm gonna work with as well, so this will be a lot of fun. I can see some of our friends already joining in. I saw that Teresa and Gretchen were here, my lovely brand ambassadors and champions for SilverSilk. A lot of our friends are here. Betsy, hi, thanks for joining in. Stacia is here. Hey Trisha, it's good to see you. See your name chime in. Ladies, if you wouldn't mind giving a quick share to our bead groups and craft groups out there, that would be awesome. I know it's hard to catch live sometimes when people are on the move, so I appreciate the extra help in sharing all these videos. So, few new announcements to make, which is fantastic. One is, of course, the hollow mesh being available finally, and I get to talk about it. And then the one big thing that I just launched like a few days ago, and it's crazy. I decided that for my 2-year anniversary, which Teresa kindly reminded me, is on December 17th, I want to do a workshop week because it's the holiday season, I'm in spirit, it's only September and I'm in Christmas spirit already. And I just want to spend it with my friends and spend a special time celebrating SilverSilk, definitely teaching and educating on what it is and how to use it. Hey, Mimi! And I continue that trend for a full week. And so I decided to launch this mega kit. It's right now going for $100 as a pre-sale. And you could pick it up now and you get a week-long series of workshops. This is 10 classes, you guys, 10 full classes that I'll be joining you in the afternoon around lunch hour, and then back again in the evening at around 5:30, our usual Tuesday 2 time. And I'll have a different project and a different guest on each of those segments, so it'll be so much fun. I'm so excited about this. The only thing you'll need to bring is tools, and there's really only 3 tools that you'll need. So what you want to do is go to silversilkonline.com, and if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see the button that looks like this to grab one of the kits. I have a very limited seating. I'm only doing 100 of these, and so after that, I'm so sorry, but it's already 25% sold out, so the seats are moving quick, and it's only September. This will be during December 14 through 18. And again, I'll flip the camera down and show you guys a calendar. So this is a huge thing. I have a friend here, Tony, is asking when the cutoff to order the kits is. The kits will be on sale until December, but the pre-order price runs through the end of September. So it'll only be $100 available, and how many ever kits there are left. Up to September, and then starting in October, it will boost up to the normal price. So you'll definitely want to get a pre-order in quick if you want to save a little bit of money for the holidays. But yeah, it'll be 5 projects, 10 classes, lots of fun. I've got a fun kit planned. Everything will be pre-cut and pre-packaged so that you literally just have to bring your kit per day in, and then you're ready to go. So it's a huge mega bundle deal, and a good way to celebrate, I think, because it'll be special. It'll be SilverSilk special, you know. What else is going on? So that's big. Oh, because I'm doing that mega kit, I decided to not do any more mystery kits for the rest of the year. It is taking a lot of time and energy to package this 2-year anniversary, and I want to make sure that that experience is 1000% rich and beautiful, and it's got all my attention. And so I feel like the mystery kits were taking some of that away. So no mystery kits for the rest of the year, but you can grab this SilverSilk 2-year anniversary kit and make it a fabulous time with me. Okay, what else do we have? Huge announcements. Finally, we got coordinated with Wubbers. I love these pliers, you guys. I'll be using them in my tutorials moving forward. Again, I'll pan the camera down and show you these little babies up close. There's 2 different sizes, in fact, that I was sent. There's a baby size, which looks like this. The plier handles are a little bit smaller, and I've got baby hands, so it works. And then there's the normal size ones. These are just a longer, probably more comfortable and ergonomic pair for most of us to use. But I like the miniature pair. I'm also just a fan of miniatures in general, so I thought those were really cool. And Laura Scott from Wubbers will be one of my guest instructors during my anniversary workshop week. So that'll be really cool. She's going to be showing us some really neat projects with different pliers and using SilverSilk. So that'll be really, really fun. All right, I'm going to pan the camera down. Betsy says, love Wubbers products. Yes, ma'am, I do too. I think the quality of these pliers are just really, really great. I love that there are logos on it. They have that beautiful little icon on the other side. These are really, I just love the shorter handle pliers personally, but I will say the longer ones are very comfortable to use as well. So it's really your preference. And Wubbers is also doing a discount through SilverSilk. And if I'll give you that coupon code here in a second and you could save 10%. But before I get to the Wubbers thing, let me go over this schedule one more time. So this is our 2-year anniversary workshop week, December 14th through 18th, excuse me. 5 kits, 10 classes. You gotta have the kit for the private event because this will be only available to those that purchase the kit. Of course, let's party. So we got mermaid earrings on a Monday, lagoon lariat on a Tuesday, the Queen's Cuff on Wednesday. Thursday is actually my anniversary day for SilverSilk, so that's why it's in this colorful block. So we're going to do some Egyptian earrings, and then we're going to do a hot cocoa toast. So that's all be included in the kit for that evening. The Path to Patagonia necklace, which I love. So these are all projects that I taught throughout my 2 years at SilverSilk, and these are my favorite projects to teach. So I picked these out exclusively for this event, and I know we're gonna have a really fun time making them. So Monday, I've got a special guest. I'm actually confirming who that is as we speak for this week, so I can't reveal that quite yet. I've got a jewelry photography 101 in the evening time slot for Tuesday. And then I've got a make and learn with Laura Scott from Wubbers on Wednesday. We're going to spend the evening with Softflex Wire to do our toast, and we're going to do a special project with them. And then I've got a bonus tutorial on Friday since I probably won't be doing our normal Tuesday toots on this particular week. So it's a lot. It is a lot, but it's going to be fabulous. And again, the pre-sale for the kit is right now going for $100. So you'll want to definitely check out that deal. Okay, and as I mentioned, Wubbers is partnering up with SilverSilk, and so you can grab the tools at wubberstools.com, and if you use the code SilverSilk10 at checkout, you can get 10% off your Wubbers tools. So what are you waiting for? Okay, I couldn't help myself. I'm so sorry. I love a good pun. Okay. All right, so today, this is what we're working with. Now, I had the previous version of hollow mesh, which I'm going to show you. This is what hollow mesh is. It's a 6-needle knitted wire that is basically hollow, and what it ends up being is a 4mm, basically a hollow mesh that you could stuff it with any type of bead or crystal or item that's, I guess, under or around 3mm or so. And this is what it looked like before. And trust me, you couldn't fill this with anything. So I have this product I advertise as micro mesh. It's great for pendants and string type material, but you can't really stuff it with beads, and so that was always kind of a disappointment. I may bring this back as micro mesh and do a project with it just to show you guys how to use it, but for now, this is this particular line of hollow mesh is discontinued, and this is the real stuff. So I'm excited and eager to use this for tonight. This will be so much fun. And I've got 2 ways to use it. The first way I wanted to show you is with some beads. I got these from Soft Flex Wire in one of their kits previously. It's a nice 2B bead that I think will work perfect for some hollow mesh that I have in mind. I picked black. I'm kind of in a Halloween spirit at the moment, and so I just thought this looked kind of like the necklace that Sarah Ayler made in a recent Soft Flex video. That was also, I think it was knitted, kind of hand knitted beading wire, and so this is sort of my knitted wire, SilverSilk interpretation of it, if you will. And then I've got some cones and some clasps, a lobster claw clasp here. Ooh, by the way, if you love this project and these cones, I'm actually doing a free cone giveaway. So if you can get these free Tiara cast cones, if you have 50 plus in cart, and just use free cones during checkout. So you'll definitely want to check out that deal. So I can pan this out, keep this up here in case you want to do that. To do this, we're gonna need to string our beads on some beading wire. So here I've got Extreme Soft Flex wire. This is in size medium, and it is the silver color. This is great because it is coated in nylon coating, so the silver color is not going to tarnish. Hey Tammy, I just saw your name pop in as Todd, but I wanted to give you a quick shout out and say thanks for joining in. You're one of my favorite people. You just got a bright spirit and very sassy attitude, and I love it. Okay, so the first thing you'll want to do is I work off the spool for this particular. I would personally for this particular technique. That way, just I'm not wasting any, and I can definitely, make the full use of my beading wire here. So what I'm gonna do is restring this first with my beading wire, and I'm just gonna cut the end of this and start to string on my beads. Now, the first thing I want to do before I even string is just to make sure that my beads are going to go through, and it looks like it's going to go through very comfortably. If I can get it out. Let's see if I can use a plier to do this. Of course, once it gets in there, it's going to be stuck. There we go. Okay, so that's how you know it's going to be a good fit too. All right. So to do a bracelet, I typically like to do a 6.5 depending, and it's really dependent on your wrist. There's no right or wrong answer. I would just take a piece of string or some SilverSilk and measure around your wrist what feels more comfortable. I particularly like tighter bracelets, and I know that's not everyone's thing, but I think if I'm making jewelry for a brighter audience, I typically like to do around 7 inches, and, of course you can always customize by adding a bead or something extra. Okay, so I have some here strung. I just want to double check the sizes of all this. So let me see where I put my, here we go. Okay, so what I've got going here is about 5.5, so we'll do one more bead, just to be on the safe side. The clasp will add a little extra, but I think that's perfect. I've got 3 left over, so I could always do some earrings or something with that later. Hey Randy, thanks for joining in. I've been catching a few of your videos here and there, in fact, so I'm delighted to see your face pop in. Okay, so I chose black to cover this just because I like the idea of black and clear again, but you can definitely choose from 5 different colors at the moment. I think even a copper would look pretty over this. So the next thing I'm going to do is sort of cut to length, or just a little bit more than I need, and then I want to go ahead and string that over. I do want to go make sure that my hole is wide enough at one end, because sometimes when I cut it, it kind of pinches in just a little bit, but I just use a dowel rod or skewer. In this case, it happens to be an actual skewer that I grabbed from making kebabs. And, you know, I'll just kind of pass that in through the wire mesh. Just make sure it's wide enough. And then I will basically drop this in. Now, it'll want to come out. Did you guys see that? So this might happen. So I'm going to give you a quick little tip on how to prevent that. I'm going to grab some crimps. These happen to be the Softflex wire crimps that are in gunmetal color. And what I'm going to do is make sure that I don't have a pointy needle on one end. To do this, what I do is I just kind of go and make a loop into my crimp like that. And then I could just basically pass it through without any problems. You see? So now it's really easy. It's not getting caught on anything, and I might have to get some more wire out here. Hey, Barbara, I'm so glad you could join in. Barbara said this is my first time to your live video. Honey, we have a lot of fun always. So I'm delighted that you could catch me live. Hey, Suzanne, I just saw your name chime in, and glad you could join in. I know sometimes you miss my live, so I'm really happy that you were actually able to join in. Okay, so I got my wire right through, and then I can work on passing my beads through as I do this. It does take a little bit of a push, but that's okay. We're in no hurry. Whoops, let me do this on camera. I think I need something to kind of anchor this with while I'm pushing. So let me grab a pair of pliers. Let's see if this will work. Sometimes if those beads are just not slippery enough, it can take a little bit of extra push to get them in, but they do go in. And I think anything around the 3mm mark is going to work the most comfortable for this. There we go. And you definitely want to make sure that they're flexible, so continue to bend this around until it does. But you see how beautiful that's starting to look? Really cool. Okay, continue to push this. Just push it real good, that's all I'm saying. Just like really punning it up today, you guys. Okay. There we go. This is working really well. Beautiful. It's got that shine, but then when you cover it with the knitted wire, it just does something extra to it. Could you use a long beading needle? Probably. I would assume, though, that the beading needle would probably get caught up in the knits here, so that might be a little problematic, but I don't know. I'd be curious for it to work that way, too. Let's see. And I'm trying to read the comments as I go along here too, so I feel a little distracted from and making sure that I answer all your questions that you have too. Okay, let me just trim a little bit of that off. There we go. Okay. I feel like it's getting caught up on something and I can't quite figure that out where. Oh, maybe I just have to do a little bit of pushing. I keep forgetting to do that too. There we go. I was like, it's getting caught on something and I couldn't figure it out. Bead stopper would probably work, Barbara. That's a good idea. You definitely don't want to force it because if you pinch this too quickly, it could make the mesh flat, and so that's what we definitely don't want to happen. But I think if you do a gentle tug and push, it'll all just kind of go where it needs to. Almost like you're walking the beads through. There we go. And we can always put a bead on the other end too, actually. Now that we feel like we've reached kind of this area that is pretty full. So actually, let's just do this. I think we just had really one more bead left. And I'm willing to bet that that's going to go through pretty easily. Cool. And I just want to leave a little bit of room for my beads to move around in there. So I think having a little bit of a gap is not a bad thing. Push that down just a little bit more. Cool. So I am just now going to gather up my ends here. Give it a nice little pinch, very easy. And I'm ready to crimp. So I could pull some of this wire back through. So I did kind of mar my wire just a little bit, but that's okay. It's gonna be crimped anyway. All right. I had that much on, but I'm wondering if that might be too small of a bracelet, which means we could probably add some beads to it if we wanted to. Although I don't think I've got any rolling around. That's okay though. We can always add beads later. Okay, cones go right over very easily and hide all of those messy little ends and of the wire. So we're gonna go ahead and crimp it. And to do that, I'm just gonna put my cone over first. Then I'm going to string my little crimp. This is a 2mm soft flex crimp. And I'm gonna pass my beading wire right back through. Just like that. I want this hole to be a little bit smaller, so probably about right there. So enough for my jump rings to connect. Which I'll open up that here in a minute. And until then, I'm gonna grab my magical crimpers. These just have a singular notch and they're very easy to use. You just press it once to get this sort of, I don't know, a pillow shape. And then you turn on its side and you press again, and then you just do quarter turns and press it in the same notch. And it turns into a little bead. So let me bring this up close. So it's super easy to do. I love that tool. And I'm just gonna cut that right off and move my beads down. Okay, so now I'll do the same thing to the other side. Again, form your bracelet and do not make sure to pull too tight on the beading wire here. So you definitely want it to form around the wrist. Oh, that's so pretty. I love how that rainbow of the crystal just comes right through the knitted wire. Okay, so now I will... Yes, Tammy said you can, when you first do the crimp, it looks like a stuffed ravioli. That's exactly right. Okay. Looks really good. Again, I can always add on a couple beads if I feel it, if it's too small for a 7-inch wrist size, or 7-inch bracelet size. And I'm just trying to tighten my crimp a little bit more. There we go. It's perfect. And now I'll go back and do a stuffed ravioli crimp. Brilliant. Turn it around. And around, around. You just do it a few times. That looks really good. I'll then just trim it. And now I'll just add in my bracelet findings here, my lobster claw and clasp. Normally I probably should open these up correctly for you guys. I take cheats, little shortcuts to do my jump rings and stuff, which means really just me using my fingers. But it is the proper way to do it, to use 2 chain nose pliers and open them up and down and not side to side. Although I think I've just gotten used to it. It's kind of like using your teeth for stuff which you're probably not really supposed to, but sometimes you do. I do that with my hands. Ooh, I had this cute little tassel, I guess, that I could add in as well from Jesse James Beads. So let me see if I can open that up. And I'll put them... Actually, no. I tend to put my tassels on the part that doesn't connect to my lobster claw, or on the jump ring that connects to it, just because it stays out of the way a little bit better. I don't know if you guys have a preference for that, but that's typically what I like to do. And so now I've got an instant little bracelet that was super easy to do, and I shoved all those lovely little beads in there. So now I'm going to show you how to do that with leather, because I ordered a bunch of leather before to work with hollow mesh in its previous form, which was, again, this little tiny cord. But the size of the leather that I ordered was 3 millimeters in diameter, which is this guy right here. So this definitely would have never worked for that at all. But it will work for the new hollow mesh. And I thought, this would be a great opportunity to use some copper hollow mesh that I had, and maybe make a quick little stack bracelet with this, because look how easy this just fits right through. You could probably even use a 4 millimeter leather cord, but I just love the look of this. It's super, it kind of gives me a Southwestern feel, just with the color combination, or even summer. But now that we're saying goodbye to summer, this color combination probably wouldn't work for this time of season. But better to always to get prepared and ready for the next year, right? So I am going to cut 7 inches. I'm going to be a little bit extra this time. I'm going to do a little extra this time just in case. So 7-inch length. Just cut it with your normal cutters. And again, just taking actually that side's a little bit flat, so I'm going to take this other end. And I'm just going to go ahead and string it right through very easily. And I'm just starting to work with hollow mesh again, and I'm excited that I'll be probably doing new projects, different types of projects with it as we move along in our tutorials. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to pinch it at one end, and lately what I've also been doing is using a draw plate to make the hollow mesh a little smaller if I need it to. My draw plates are actually in the other room. Let me go grab those real fast, and I'm gonna talk as I do this, but sometimes the hollow mesh is just a little bit too big, depending on what material you're stuffing it with, and that would require you to draw it down. And so what I like to do is use a draw plate to make my hollow mesh a little bit smaller. So in this case, I think I'm gonna pass it through maybe a 4. Is that gonna be too tight? We shall see. Ooh, look at that. So here's what it looked like before and after. Whoa, you guys. Oh my gosh. Look how beautiful that looks. Practically can make leather knitted wire just like the old days. That was actually a discontinued product, by the way. Not many people had a thing for leather, I think, during that time, so we just sort of stopped making it. But you can make your own. Just with that little this is a beadsmith one, and I like that it's acrylic or plastic, because it doesn't scratch any of my wire. So that's something to consider. And I just got this from Amazon, but you can get it from anywhere. Okay. Yeah, so that's how you make the leather mesh cord. So that's pretty cool. All right, so, okay. Here's the thing that I was contemplating for this video, because I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. But I wanted to attempt, I'm not going to say that this is going to be successful. I'm going to attempt to use my single strand end caps on this. The reason being is that this is really thick and these are really tiny, but I don't know. I'm always surprising myself, that's for sure. So let me see if I open this up wide enough, will it work? And I've seen people do all kinds of things with my end caps, so I'm always surprised at what you could do. Okay, so one thing I did want to talk about is my Wubbers nylon jaw pliers. These are substantially smaller than the ones that I was using before. And so this is pretty awesome for crimping. Okay, well, I once again surprised myself, and my little end caps do work for this thicker cord. So looks like we're gonna have a successful piece tonight, and I didn't really do anything embarrassing. Oh, Maria is asking the brush-looking thing, what's it called again? Which brush-looking thing are you referring to? Was it the draw plate, which looks like this? Yeah, so this is called a draw plate. And so D-R-A-W, draw. What that means is it's drawing down the wire to a smaller size. This one happens to have 2 different draw plates that come in a package. The first one goes from 1.5 millimeter to 10 millimeter. And then the other one, which is it's a lot larger. I wish I had that one out, but I think it goes from 11 millimeter all the way to 15 or 20. So the holes get bigger, but you get a variety of sizes. So yeah, I would recommend you guys grab one of these if you're gonna work with hollow mesh moving forward. Where did my project go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's continue to crimp on this, because I'm really loving this. I love that this is a bigger mesh and a bigger color leather cord for working with this. Oh my gosh. Okay. And these little nylon jaw pliers can really fit in where it needs to make this work. Oh, guys. Oh my gosh. This looks so good. I really wish I had my leather cord in stock, but I don't for my website. Maybe I should get some of this stuff so that you guys can have it too. different color ones, because I think they're gonna work really well, because even like on the silver, I think that would have looked really pretty, you know? I mean, isn't that cool? So that's what silver and gold, oh my gosh. I could go crazy with this. We all really could, let's be real here. Oh, that gold really warms it up, doesn't it? And then copper just gives it a nice rustic feel. So really just depends on what mood you're in, right? Okay, so let's finish this bad boy up. All right, I found this. I don't know, most of us are not like tassely people, which is what I used in this project. So I found this as an alternative. This is a cute little flower. It kind of goes with the metal rustic feel of this, and so I just wanted to use that. And it came from Jesse James Beads again, just to let you guys know. Okay, so, and I just have, of course, my little lobster claws. And I took a poll on the silkies, and I'm gonna look to get some magnetic clasps in into my store. So that'll be a little bit of a later thing to do, but I did listen to you guys, and that is something that I want to do, is get some magnetic. I also love them personally. They're just so easy to use and put on and take off, especially for bracelets. Oh my gosh, this is like my favorite project tonight. I love it more than the other one that I made. Sometimes that happens though, right? Sometimes it's just simplicity. Okay, there we are, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love this. I love this, and I do love this, even though this one took a little bit more effort. But I like that you could use cones if you wanted to. If you don't want to make this into a bracelet, you could absolutely use this as some sort of a focal piece for your necklace. So there's a lot of different ways to make this and stack together. And I could imagine doing several of these leather ones that stack together beautifully, in fact, in different colors even. So that'll be something great. So I finished my project, and again, I want to give out a quick little shout out to my 2-year anniversary on the week of December 14th through the 18th. 5 kits, 10 classes, and again, pre-sales are now happening, and I'm already 25% sold out, so I feel like before December hits, this is going to be a crazy thing, and I hope you guys can join me for this awesome calendar and class and celebration. Don't forget Wubbers tools, which I'm crazy about, and I'll be using for the rest of my tutorials. These are the baby pairs, but you can get the normal pairs, and any tool at this point in time, 10% off with SilverSilk 10 at checkout. Go to wubberstools.com. And lastly, any purchase over 50, get a free pair of Tiara cast cones on silversilkonline.com. All right, you guys. Okay, I appreciated that you could come in and be with me for this evening. I am energized and excited and just thrilled about my project tonight. And I do love this one, trust me, I really do, but this one is just magical. Because I think it was because it's so easy to make too, and the intricacy of that knitted wire of the hollow mesh is just so cool. So I'll take a picture of these, and I'll post it on my social media. If you haven't yet, please follow me on Instagram. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, this is where a lot of the tutorials get uploaded to. Where else am I? Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest as well. And the Silkies group, of course, the Silkies group, hello. So you can find me and a bunch of our creative friends at the SilverSilk Silkies Facebook group page. You'll want to ask for an invite. Teresa will let you in. She is our brand ambassador and police of the content, as well as just a champion for SilverSilk, and just such a warm-hearted, beautiful soul greeter that she's the person that you want to meet when you get into SilverSilk, and then you meet the rest of us. So she's a great welcomer, but she'll let you in, so it'll be fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you all could join in for my Tuesday tutorial. These tutorials happen every Tuesday at 5:30 Central Time, 6:30 if you're on the the East Coast, and 3:30 if you're on the the West Coast. I'm trying to get all my time zones correct. And I hope you can join me next time. I'll have another project, maybe with hollow mesh or maybe something new. We'll see. Until then, keep it creative, keep it fun and inspirational, and have a fantastic evening. And I love all of you so much. Mwah.